WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. The man accused of stabbing two people inside a vehicle on the way to church is held without bond. 27-year-old Jordan Hartzell is charged with possession of meth and paraphernalia, false information, resisting arrest, and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Columbus police say 6 people were in a vehicle when the argument started. A friend and a relative were cut on Holly Hills Road. Investigators tell WCBI Hartzell got out of the car and ran away. He was arrested a short time later. The injuries to the victims appeared to be minor. Hartzell's bond was revoked because he was out on parole. The search for a shooter continues tonight in Columbus while one victim continues to recover in the hospital. The unidentified 26-year-old was shot near 801 Military Road this past Saturday. Investigators say he is in good condition. That shooting happened about 10:53 p.m. Just moments before that gunfire, there were reports of shots fired at 10:21 and 10:34 on the south side of the city. One vehicle was hit multiple times with bullets. No arrests have been made in the shootings. CPD has not said if the gunfire incidents are related. Those shootings are one reason why Crime Stoppers exists. It plays a big role in investigations and possibly prevents others. WCBI Story Tally is live at the Clay County Sheriff's Department with more on this helpful tool for crime fighters. Jory?
Joey, Crime Stoppers has many organizations across the state, including the North Mississippi Crime Stoppers out of Tupelo and the Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers, and that's the one that the Clay County Sheriff's Department is a part of. Tips that are called in are just like any other evidence, and they've got to be examined to make sure they're credible. Crime Stoppers is another arm that law enforcement can use to get their jobs done.
The best way to explain it's like a three-legged stool. You have the media, which is Crime Stoppers, and then you have law enforcement and the public, and all three of them work together and solve a lot of crimes. And you know, one of those legs from that stool is missing. You fall over.
Chickasaw County Sheriff James Myers says people call in monthly with tips, and most people don't do it for the cash, but out of their civic pride or duty.
A lot of times people will call that maybe a crime that we don't know has even been committed and haven't developed a suspect. And like I said, they know they can call, remain anonymous, and if their tip works out to be an arrest and a conviction, then you know they make money off of it. And we encourage folks to please call.
Put this out, you know, somewhere there on the side of the road, right there close to the crime scene.
The Crime Stoppers budget comes from fees added to traffic tickets, fundraisers, and donations. That money funds the anonymous rewards that make the program work.
Their records, they cannot be made to turn them over. When somebody calls, they're assigned a number, and that's how they're known, is by their number. So names are never mentioned. Golden
Triangle Crime Stoppers started 25 years ago, and since then, over 1,400 arrests have been made. Over $1 million of stolen property has been recovered, and nearly $300,000 worth of reward money has been given out.
There's all types of crimes, and we always ask for any information on any type of crime that happens. That could be anywhere from a burglary all the way up to a homicide. And fortunately, we've had callers that calls in on all these different types of crimes.
Information that comes in helps get the ball rolling in the right direction on cases for law enforcement, and even help lead to arrests and convictions.
Just that one little bit piece of information can make the difference in the case. For example, this past homicide that we had in our county, you know, we received some phone calls. So again, you just never know, you know, how important information is going to be to us. And the main thing that we want to stress is that it is anonymous.
The highest amount of reward money offered by Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers is $1,000. Reporting live at the Clay County Sheriff's Department, Jory Tally, WCBI News. Joey, back to the studio.
Thanks, Jory. In other news, an investigation of the apparent suicide of a Tishomingo police officer suspected of molesting a 17-year-old boy continues. 53-year-old Russ Robinson was found dead in his Iuka home March 24th. That's shortly after he admitted he molested the boy during a traffic stop. Reports show Robinson made the teenager pull over by flashing his lights at him. Robinson allegedly groped the young man during that traffic stop, and the victim reported the claim. Investigators are now looking into claims that there may have been other victims. A computer was taken from Robinson's home and is being examined. A former Macon police officer is accused of taking 3 handguns. Now he's facing 3 charges. A grand jury indicted Darnell Keith Mitchell on 2 counts of embezzlement and 1 count of conspiracy. The indictment accuses Mitchell of taking 2 handguns that were seized by Macon police for evidence. Prosecutors say he also took his service weapon. The alleged crimes all happened in December 2015. The Attorney General's office is prosecuting that case. A Canton man is sentenced to 10 years in prison for breaking in a Noxubee County cabin. Prosecutors say 38-year-old Chad Bowman drove from Madison County and assaulted the victim inside the Noxubee County cabin. The break-in happened in October 2014. Bowman will be on probation for 5 years and pay fines and court costs. He's also banned from entering Noxubee County for 5 years. An Amory teen is arrested after breaking into someone's home, allegedly. That's what Amory police tell us. 18-year-old Unzavius Deshawn is charged with burglary and breaking and entering on Thursday. Amory police took a report of a break-in at a home on 111th Street, and after an investigation and with help from witnesses, they arrested Deshawn that same day. Justice Court Judge Robert Folks set Deshawn's bond at $5,000. Time now to turn our attention to weather, and meteorologist Keith Gibson joins us with a first look. Keith?
Joey, right now, gorgeous conditions across the region. Columbus, Tupelo right there with our Alpha Insurance camera network showing a mostly sunny sky. Temperatures currently in the 70s area-wide. It's been a gorgeous afternoon after those showers get out of here. As you venture on out after 7 o'clock, still into the 70s by 11 o'clock, clear 64. We'll take it down into the mid-50s tonight and back into the 80s tomorrow. Still some storms possible in the forecast. More in just a few minutes.
New at 6, Tupelo councilmen are considering an ordinance to create a Citizens Police Advisory Board. Under the proposal, there would be 9 voting members. A representative from each board would be appointed by a council person and 2 at-large members appointed by the mayor. The members would serve a 3-year term. A background check would be performed, and they must complete the Citizens Police Academy. The goal of the committee is to be a go-between the community and police, identify problems, address opportunities, and develop partnerships. Councilmen are expected to vote on the measure tomorrow. Lowndes County supervisors discuss economic development projects this morning. A public hearing was held on a rail loan option for a potential deal. Project Garage would be a $7 million project. The loan is for up to $1 million. This would be one of the incentives to lure the company to the Steel Dynamics campus in Lowndes County. The company's name has not been released. County leaders also move forward with a fee in lieu deal for Southern Cross transmission lines. To qualify, it must be a $100 million capital investment project. The tax break would be for 10 years. One preliminary route would take the transmission lines from East Texas and through North Mississippi, generally along the Highway 82 corridor. Some students are learning life-saving lessons, as WCBI's Allie Martin tells us about Guntown Middle School 7th graders who spent part of their time in class practicing a new CPR method.
That's when you put your hands on.
Claire Harrelson is on a mission to make sure these students know what to do if they see someone having a heart attack. As a certified CPR instructor, Harrelson teaches the students how to perform hands-only CPR.
Apply your hands, the hardest part, keep your arms locked.
Although they aren't getting certified, 300 students will know what to do when seconds count.
And if every one of those was exposed to the new CPR, where it's just dial 911, push hard and fast, how many people could they save?
The kids are also being exposed to a disco-era song whose beat mimics the rhythm the new CPR technique follows.
Push hard and fast in the center of the chest to the beat of Staying Alive until help arrives.
I think that's a good idea because a lot of people, like, you could be doing it a lot slower than you need to be, and that would not be good because it wouldn't be doing anything.
Harrelson brings along an automated external defibrillator, or an AED, to show students the proper way to use the life-saving device.
Shock delivered. It is now safe to touch the patient.
Students are also learning about the importance of knowing where AEDs are located in public places. Of course, there's an app for that.
I used Google Maps to do that, so all kids know about apps. And in fact, I think they're the ones that brought it to our attention. And I feel like they can run the AEDs as well as any adults. And so I feel like they could be the difference in saving a life.
In Guntown, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Studies show only 8% of people who suffer cardiac arrest outside of a hospital or medical setting survive. That's one reason the school held the classes. Some area organizations are teaming up to get the word out. We tell you how you can help when we come back. .com. Students in Amory whose parents may struggle to make ends meet won't have to worry about being hungry during holidays or weekends. Space was donated to the Full Tummy Ministry Project in downtown Amory. Volunteers stock the shelves with non-perishable food items and deliver them to area schools. When they are given to children, it's all done discreetly, so there's no shame or embarrassment for the kids.
The kids that receive this are picked from the counselors and the teachers. They know the kids that need this the most. And then we pack the bags in Ziploc bags and then again in a plastic bag so that it's discreet and so that kids won't get picked on, hopefully, if they need it and they're older.
The project served.
Pull me up a chair, which we did. She's get me at least 3 boxes. She said, these books are my life and that's what's keeping me going.
For a list of drop-off sites, go to our website at WCBI.com. Students in Amory whose parents may struggle to make ends meet won't have to worry about being hungry during holidays or weekends. Space was donated to the Full Tummy Ministry Project in downtown Amory. Volunteers stock the shelves with non-perishable food items and deliver them to area schools. When they are given to children, it's all done discreetly, so there's no shame or embarrassment for the kids.
The kids that receive this are picked from the counselors and the teachers. They know the kids that need this the most. And then we pack the bags in Ziploc bags and then again in a plastic bag so that it's discreet and so that kids won't get picked on, hopefully, if they need it and they're older.
The project serves about 30 children a week. The goal is to expand the program to each school in Monroe County.
Sunny and warm weather for tomorrow. Now, there could be some rain and storms around on Wednesday, and some cooler temperatures that could support a frost threat in parts of the area later this week. Up and down we go. The full forecast is next.
Your First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Last night, just tons of rain, thunderstorms, no real severe weather in our region yesterday evening or this morning, just a lot of very heavy rainfall. Steady rain, soaking rain to help alleviate the drought situation. That was our Alpha Insurance camera time lapse here from downtown Columbus this afternoon. On the backside of all of that, no rain on radar right now, certainly good news. But look at some of these totals here in the region. Vicksburg, about 10 inches, Jackson over 7. Here in our area, about 2 to 5 inches, give or take. It was a good little soaker in northeast Mississippi and west Alabama. The system that gave us all that rain still producing some strong storms from the Florida Panhandle through the Carolinas. We actually even had a few strong stronger storm cells in West Tennessee and even a few lighter showers across northeast Mississippi earlier today, but those are really falling apart. Our next system that we will be watching is that swirl there across the Four Corners region. Sandwiched in between will be a great day tomorrow. Currently, we are in the mid-70s to upper 70s here in the Twin State region with wind gusts over 20 miles per hour at times. Here's our plan for tomorrow. Get ready for this. 8 o'clock, sunny, 60. Tonight, we're going to bottom out in the mid-50s, so by 8 o'clock already around 60, 77 for your lunch hour, 83 or so. Our forecast average tomorrow afternoon with a southerly breeze at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So a lot of low 80s, lots of sunshine tomorrow. It's going to be one of those great spring days to get out there, and the sunshine is going to come on down and really dry things out after the soaking we had yesterday evening. Now here's Futurecast picking up on this gorgeous day. On Tuesday, southerly breezes return. Tomorrow night late into our Wednesday morning, look at what may be brewing here, especially south and east of Columbus. A better chance for showers and storms for you. Most of us will not see any of that activity Wednesday morning, but the strong storm potential is there, especially southeast of Columbus, here in Alabama, through Georgia, southeastern Mississippi. So there is a risk for strong to severe storms tomorrow night and Wednesday. The highest odds now, I'm thinking, still just to the southeast of our coverage area. Will we dodge another bullet this time? Let's hope that is the case. That system spirals away. In with cooler air, another area of Canadian high pressure comes on in here. Look at these highs. 60s for Thursday and Friday. Some lows Thursday night, Friday night down into the 30s. And there is a small frost threat, especially in those low-lying spots. Joey?
All right, thanks, Keith. It's home sweet home for the Dallas Dogs coming off their magical NCAA tournament run. More from the Welcome Home celebration next in sports.
WCDI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
What a ride it has been this past month watching Hail State Hoops shock the world, reaching the national title. After its long historic run in the NCAA tournament, the Bulldogs are back home in Starkville. An enormous crowd of maroon and white welcomed the Bulldogs home. It's been a while since Mississippi State was back in Starkville, where the Bulldogs added program first Sweet 16, Elite 8, and Final 4 wins on the road, coming up just short of the national title. It's been a long 24 hours for the Dallas Dogs, but it was a good feeling to be back home.
The country got to see how special Mississippi State was as a university. Our fan base took over American Airlines Arena. I mean, what an incredible environment that we provided for both teams. Really off, the three teams that were involved, us in Connecticut and then us in South Carolina. So it's, I'm awfully proud of that as well because, again, I just think that our university is so special. And, again, to have all those fans in there, I know how excited they were Friday night, and I hate it that we couldn't find a way to get it done for them on Sunday.
It's gotten way much bigger, and they're just great. They're a part of the reason we get so many wins, and they're part of the reason why we're so successful.
It's amazing. I get to go home to my bed today, but also I get to be back on campus. I get to see all these people that's been supporting us and, take pictures and hang around them.
I am on one of the best teams in the country and coached by the great coaching staff, and they're really amazing. So, if I had another 4 years, I'll do this all over again here.
ESPN Media says last night's national championship game was the most online streamed women's basketball finale in history. It was a busy day for more than 20 Ole Miss Rebels as they put their skills to the test, hopefully impressing a future employer. The Rebels held its pro day in Oxford Monday. It was an unfortunate day for quarterback Chad Kelly, whose pro day was cut short due to a wrist injury. Posting impressive numbers was Eupora's Derek Jones. Jones led the Rebels in the 40-yard dash, broad jump, and vertical jump. DJ Jones, Jeremy Liggins, and Evan Ingram also did their best to impress 48 scouts from 31 teams. Ingram says it was great to be back in Oxford to put on another showcase.
We all been working really hard, so for us to come out here and show off a little bit, it was fun, and to be back in in our facility, in our comfort zone, and showing these teams that we can bring to our teams, it was a blessing. It was fun.
I take every day one step at a time. I try to get my knee better, try to be mentally there all the way and not have to think about outside factors. So every day I'm just trying to get to work and do the best I can. Depending on where I go, I really don't care. I just want an opportunity to show what I can do.
So an unfortunate day for Kelly, who's coming off a season-ending knee injury and was not invited to the NFL Combine as he tries to make it to the next level. He'll throw again for Scouts on April 22nd in Oxford. We'll have a last look at weather coming up next.
Weather coming for tomorrow, low in mid-80s, tons of sun, some storms Wednesday, especially in the morning southeast of Columbus. We'll be watching out for some strong stuff, but that's really going to be focused southeast of here. So that's certainly good news at this point. 60s for Thursday and Friday. Cool stuff here. Look at those lows Thursday night, Friday night. Must be Easter or close to Easter. We're a week away from it. But anyway, nice weather for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday.